Imagine being able to come to work every morning in a smart building with a 500-seat auditorium, a food court, a fine dining restaurant, an art gallery, a private club, a fitness center, a kindergarten, a hair salon, a dry cleaner, a wine cellar, a car wash, and a whole bunch more. We're here in Lausanne, Switzerland, and this entire smart building, called the Millennium, is run behind the scenes by a digital signage company, SpinetiX. I'm gonna have you meet the CEO of SpinetiX, and we're gonna get a tour of the Millennium. Welcome. Construction of the Millennium started during the pandemic, and the building's only been open 2 years, but it's already an iconic smart building here in Switzerland. Probably the building that all other smart buildings will be based on. And as I said, the entire thing is run behind the scenes by a digital signage company. CEO Francesco Ziliani, thank you for having us here in Lausanne, Switzerland.
Welcome, Gary. I'm very proud to have you here in our experience center in Lausanne.
Well, it's an impressive building. And from what I understand, there's about 150 screens all being driven by SpinetiX.
Correct. We had a vision with this building. We wanted to have space of life for all our guests and visitors. Where people could come, enjoy walking, networking, but as well having fun, participating to live events, enjoying nice restaurants. And I'm very proud of discovering that the heart and soul of this building is really the digital signage and the impact it has on people.
Well, there's more than digital. You're doing more than just running the digital signs. You're also running the AV behind the scenes in the entire facility as well. And all that's due to not only the digital signage players by SpinetiX, but Elementi, the software, that the content creation software, where you've simplified the ability to put content everywhere, and also Aria, your cloud-based signage platform.
You're perfectly right. You need to understand that in a building like this, there are different stakeholders that use our solution. Mm-hmm. On one side, you have the operation team,
right,
those that are really on duty. It's very busy and tough work they do. They don't have the time to learn a new tool. They need just to onboard and have a technology that delivers the results. And that's Aria. That's easy to use for them, and it really simplifies their life. Now, on the other side, you have the AV integration.
Yeah.
Having so many technologies, you need a tool, the Elementi software, that allows smart people, engineers, trained people to integrate as many technologies they want, having to know that they need reliability, durability of the product, and flexibility to be able to do what is required by the building itself.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take you through the entire facility. We're going to see the entertainment facilities. We're going to see the dining facilities. We're going to see the meeting room facilities. We're going to see the auditorium, the performing arts center. We're going to see how everything, even the elevators, has content driven by SpinetiX here in the Millennium. So I'm impressed. Let's take a tour of the entire building, enjoy this, and see if it inspires you to do some really creative things in your future smart building. Obviously, the experience for anyone entering a building happens in the lobby. That's the first impression that you get. And obviously, you can see behind us is a 48x9 LED 3x4K side by side. That's welcome signage, but also scheduling signage and anything else you want it to, and it's all being driven by SpinetiX.
Absolutely. The lobby is the place where you have a chance to make a good impression. You have not much time. So we want to impress people with amazing content, immersive content, perfectly synchronized content. And that's why we have deployed the IBX 440 that is capable of running this type of LED wall seamlessly, very easily from Aria. And as you said, we want to impress people. It's all about experience. So we are also capable of interacting with this content. Interacting, of course, with what's happening in the building. So giving information about, hey, we have Rave visiting us. It's in that place. And without asking people to type or add logos, that's fully automated. But we can also impress people by activating spatial content like
happy birthday.
Like happy birthday.
Let's do it.
You can see that not only the screen is changing, The LED are changing. The music is popping up.
And the same stuff is happening out front with the fountain and the display there as well.
Our solution
all from one piece of content
makes things synchronize. So it's really massive. And at the end, again, it's about experience. So what does it mean? Someone who is visiting this building, it's his birthday, the team knows it.
Yeah.
It's just one click. But the person is going to make selfies, is going to remember it, is going to share it.
It's part of the experience of the building, which is what all the Millennium is all about. So we're going to take you on a tour of, this is just one part. We're going to take you a tour of the entire facility. What's next?
Well, now we can certainly go into the business center.
Okay.
And it's going to be amazing as well. More technical, we'll see.
All right, let's head there now. We're on the conference center level. It's the business center. Obviously, everyone's familiar with this kind of signage to welcome you into the business center, but you're doing a little bit more here.
Absolutely. You need to understand that in a building like the Millennium, the business center is used not only by the guests and employees that walk in the building, but as well by people outside. So we wanted to guide these people, whether they're coming from the parking or they're coming from the elevators, to the right direction. And that is what we are doing in an automatic way. So that our system is really getting the wayfinding information automatically and guide the persons to the right place.
But you're doing more inside the meeting rooms themselves. Let's head on into the conference area, and you have a bunch of meeting rooms in here. All of them set up similarly, where you have a room sign on the outside of the building run by SpinetiX, on the outside of the room run by SpinetiX. You have a control system inside of each of the room run by SpinetiX, but you have a meeting set up, and obviously I see that you have a click share here,
yes.
But you've put an overlay in front of it, almost like you have a digital signage overlay that not only welcomes them to the room, maybe confirms they're in the right room, but also tells them how to use the room.
Absolutely. You are perfectly right. What we believe is that to welcome correctly someone, you need to tell them that you are waiting for them. Mm-hmm. So using digital signage to really display the logo, the name, even a video, why not?
Yeah.
While people are coming into the room and taking the place, they will have right information regarding how long the meeting is going to take, what is going to happen, the agenda, or inspiring video. So that is how you welcome people. And then, of course, the technology is there to switch then to the other parts of our conference center like this, which can be a Zoom conferencing or PowerPoint displaying using barcode, whatever other system. But digital signage, I think, is very important. Imagine at the end of the meeting, okay, here is not important to clean up your room, but why not using the digital signage to say, okay, the meeting is over now, take your stuff. Don't forget your stuff in the room. And these messages just appear at the right time and really simplifies your life. Because if you forgot your laptop or something, you need to come back.
Yeah.
So that's the value we can bring to make the life simpler to the people who use our infrastructure.
And you're able to put this meeting overlay or this content overlay on any kind of meeting platform?
Absolutely. Our solution is multi-layer, as you know. Mm-hmm. So we can combine backgrounds, content with whatever media on top of it for transparencies. And our media player is really combining that in real time and taking all that information wherever it is.
And this is a good example of Elementi, also ARIA being used at the same time by a conference facility and the facilitators here. All right, well, where are we heading next?
Well, now we are gonna go in an amazing space called La Scène,
okay,
which is the auditorium.
Auditorium, okay, the 500-seat auditorium. We're gonna head there now. All right, we're standing here in La Scène. Impressive. What is it?
Well, La Scène is the auditorium of the Millennium. It's a technology masterpiece. It's really where we have added the top audio, Meyer sound system, Atmos. We have certified the scene. And this is really where we can organize live events, concerts, education, and makes the corporate application moving towards the hospitality and live events and education type of digital signage application.
And you even have, when the Geneva Auto Show is here, you did a Land Rover launch here where they drove the car on stage, and the stage can actually go up and down. In fact, the LED, this is using 3 outputs of your 4 output digital signage, but your new one. So it's 3 times 4K resolution. The LED can actually go up and down as well. This is a fully functional entertainment venue. We're actually going to see a show in here later tonight as well, but this seats 500 people. As you can see, leather seating, no expense spared on the quality of this. As you said, a Meyer Sound Dolby Atmos certified theater. The building in the town, the country must be proud of this.
Well, absolutely. As we say, this is a unique building. Now, what is also unique is the use of digital signage in an environment like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because normally, these type of scenes are used, of course, to organize events or to broadcast what cameramans are taking. But here we want to propose how digital signage can welcome people, can instruct them on what's going on after, like a break. Mm-hmm. You need to tell people, hey, go out, take your drink, come back at that time. And at the end, again, you can give them a message for security, for improving the flow, for improving at the end the experience and simplifying the experience of the people that are coming here.
But you could also take that LED, switch it into AV mode, presentation mode, and use it as part of the show as well, because it's all connected through ARIA. So where are we heading next?
Well, now, as you know, we want to show you behind the scene what's happening. So we are going to go in the VIP lodges of artists.
Yeah, most auditoriums in a corporate environment like this wouldn't have a VIP suite, but we're going to check it out because they do. So just a moment ago, you were talking about how you have VIP spaces behind the scenes, behind the stage. We're in one of them right now, and you even have digital signage in here.
We like to put digital signage everywhere. We have done it here. I think it's very useful for the artist in particular because he can, with a QSys controller, decide to choose between different sources, in particular the live streaming from what's happening real in the theater.
Yeah, and this is similar to what you have in stadiums for VIP suites and stuff like that, where you can either watch the live game being replayed, or you can watch the replay, or even watch whatever you want. Mm-hmm. So you've got the control of doing that here in the VIP suites. Where are we heading next?
Well, now we go to the ballroom.
All right. Then that's called something
L'Espace.
L'Espace. Okay, we're going to L'Espace. Let's head there now. So we're here in L'Espace, which is directly across from La Scene, which is the auditorium we were just in. This is a ballroom space that could also be used as an overflow space, as well as sort of like intermission, have drinks. But you've integrated digital signage here, and in this case, you've got projection.
Absolutely. We wanted to extend the experience of our customers as well to this way of displaying. So our experience center will not be a digital signage experience without projectors.
Yeah.
And the specificities here is that, as you may know, our media players can be synchronized between each other across the network. So you can do very nice effects in this ballroom, in the space, by synchronizing content across the multiple projectors we have in the room.
And although there's only 6 projectors in here, you've done as many as 400 in one installation before, synchronizing 400 players together.
Absolutely. We also support negative bezels, which allows overlapping projectors.
So pixel mapping application, things like that.
And that's an amazing art you can create out of this technology.
And it truly turns your signage players into media players in that case. So, all right, where are we heading next?
Well, I think now we go in derrière, which are the restaurants areas and the shops area.
Okay, perfect. We'll see how that, I think we're familiar with retail digital signage, but I suspect you've got some surprises in store. So let's check it out. All right, we just finished lunch here in the Millennium. We're in the food court area, and they, as you see from some of the shots we took earlier, you can see how digital signage is being used to drive some of the content here, as well as here at the cafe. Talk about how that works within the ecosystem of everything else you're doing here in the building, and how this may have helped the food vendors.
Very good. Yes, definitely. The Millennium is a building with multi-functions. One of the functions is welcoming restaurants, and we have as well many other services that we offer, different shops. And these entities will need to advertise food, the dish of the day, the lunch, or like here, cakes. And this information, you don't want to have the operation team to enter manually every time or every day. It's going to be too big effort. So this information is automatically taken and actually automatically generated with artificial intelligence.
So all they have to know is what's on the menu for the day, and it'll automatically generate.
They type the type of dish they want, they describe it, they get an image out of it, the pricing, the description, and that is what our solution is pulling and displaying at the right time. And that's one example of how our technology is simplifying the daily operations, to at the same time making sure that the services and the products that we can offer to our guests are known, so that they are aware and they can enjoy it.
Well, you have a lot of different people inputting content. How do you maintain the consistency, the look and the feel and the way the content's, because not everybody's a designer, right? Mm-hmm. As we look at some of what the retail stores are doing with signage here, tell me how we're able to maintain that consistency.
It's an excellent point. It's right. If you think about it, we are in the same building. There are different shops, different services, but it's the same building. So it's important to keep the same image, the same branding, the same font, color codes, and etc. to give uniformity. Now, this is what ARIA simplifies, so that the user who really needs to explain his service or advertise his product is just focused on the product itself, on the price, on the title, but the rest, the template, the layout, the fonts are used.
So they're using something that's more like a text-based system that they're interfacing with, and you're automating the ability to create the graphics behind it, so it's presented properly. So as I know that you have it here in the hairdresser that you have here, the dry cleaner that you have here, the fitness center also has it. We're seeing some images here of how you're using it in the fitness center. And you've incorporated into a lot of the retail locations as well. I mean, we're familiar with retail signage. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we see that all over the place. But in this case, this is a bit more sophisticated than the typical retail signage network.
Well, it's sophisticated in the sense that it's not just focusing on retail. You always have the notion of experience, the notion of service behind. So you need to have the right timing to show the right thing. And that's very important. On top of that, these screens are here to inspire people. So on top of displaying new products and services, we are also using for video streaming, so to display live events that happen somewhere else in the building. And we are also using this system for gamification initiative. For example, you can involve the guest on betting or challenges.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had like a little foosball tournament where people were betting on who was going to win the tournament. You were able to broadcast a live simulcast or stream, I guess, that content. So we're able to bring content that's broadcast level quality through the signage system, as well as even H.264 highly compressed content through the same network that all the digital screens, 150 screens, can all display at the same time.
Absolutely. The key word there is flexibility, autonomy. Again, the team needs to be autonomous to switch on all these functionalities, but at the end, you want a tool which is flexible and provide what your audience needs.
Is the magic Elementi, or is it the ARIA, or what is it?
I think it's always a combination of the two. The Elementi is necessary to program, to simplify this integration with streaming, with gaming, and ARIA is always in the hand of the end user, the team who operates the infrastructure, because again, they are busy and they need to do things easily and reliably.
This building, as I talked about when we first entered the building, is a smart building. It's got some really interesting smart features. We'll talk about some of those integrated features as we kind of close this. We're gonna have a phenomenal view we're gonna give you of the city of Lausanne as we finish this tour later on. But where are we heading next?
Well, I think we are almost there.
Okay.
So we are gonna reach the rooftop and probably shoot something.
Oh, then we'll close with that rooftop shot. Stand by, because we'll talk about some of the deeper smart integration that's part of this building, as well as how amazing the view is that you get if you work in the Millennium. I can't think of a better place to end this interview than, or this tour, I should say, than the rooftop of the building. We're outside the executive offices. This has been a great tour. We've seen a smart building here in Switzerland. I believe you said this is the smartest building in Switzerland, right?
It's the smartest. It's really a unique place to be, and I need to thank you. It was a pleasure to have you here, and to show you how digital signage can be the heart and the soul of a smart building like this.
Well, I see this more as a digital experience, right? Than the experience signage rather than digital signage. I like that term, experience signage, because you really integrated the signage into every aspect of the building. We saw it in the ballroom, we saw it in the auditorium, we saw it in the shops, we saw it in the lobbies, we saw it above the fountain, we saw it in obviously the offices, the conference center, the executive meeting rooms here, and boardrooms. It's and even in the cafeterias and the coffee shop. I mean, you've integrated everywhere, all using one platform, Aria.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so talk about a minute about how Aria sort of is the heart of all of this.
Yes, you are right. Everything we do is about experience, and Aria, I remind, is helping the team operating in a simple way, the building. They are busy people, as you see. They need to think about people that they are welcoming and their guests. So the technology must be really simple. And you can see it's integrated. So it's integrated with so many technologies that digital signage probably is too small terminology.
That's why I say you should call it experiential.
Experience. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and we had an opportunity also to shoot videos, and they're in your experience center here in the building. So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is go to our website and do a search on SpinetiX, because I want you to look at those experience center videos that we shot here, because you do a really good job of explaining how all of this is connected together, but also the different applications that you can address. 7 different specific applications you can address with SpinetiX as a partner. So to learn more about SpinetiX, SpinetiX.com, and of course, to learn more about the building, we're going to put up some information about the building so you can learn more about what they did, how they built it, and ultimately how this is all pulled together. Thanks for joining us on this great tour, and thanks for being our host. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Big pleasure. Thank you.
Although you can't see Lake Geneva back there, we couldn't have ended in a more beautiful place.
It's there.
It's there. It's there. It's cloudy this morning, but it's there. All right.